The begging at the airport needs to stop. You want to use the toilet, they'll ask you for money. You want to check in your luggage, they'll ask you for money. You want simple direction, they'll beg you for money. What is it? Is that what you are employed for? What is it?
Hi guys, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top worst cases of bribery and corruption at the Lagos International Airport. These cases and experiences have been shared by the general public since the release of the African American lady sharing her TikTok video, and also since the release of the video by the Caucasian American vlogger Sabbatical. I have categorized each of the experiences under a certain title or category to make it easier for you to potentially recognize that you are a target for extortion. Feel free to let me know if any of the experiences shared are similar to anything that you've experienced before. If you're new here, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Sassy Funke, and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle content creator, creating content to help Nigerians and travelers to Nigeria travel better and smarter. I'm also the author of the first ever, high quality, locally created travel guide for Lagos, Nigeria. It is a necessity. This book, I'm telling you, it's such a necessity for any traveler going to Lagos, Nigeria. So make sure you bag yourself a copy. It's on Amazon globally. It's also here locally in Nigeria. I'll leave all the details of how you can purchase your copy of Lagos Travel Guide in the comment section below. So let's get started. The first case of extortion or bribery at the Lagos International Airport, I will title it, "I forgot to stamp your visa on arrival." So I'm actually going to share with you for each of them the particular experience that was shared by a community, by the public on their own experience at Lagos Airport. This was shared, I believe, on the Travel to Nigeria page. Official_Ola Yusuf said, "I'm in the US Navy and can only go to Nigeria with a visa. On my way back, the immigration officer was threatening to delay me because the arrival stamp on my passport had an error committed by a Nigerian immigration officer. I told him I wouldn't take responsibility for the fiasco of one of them. And before I could say much, another guy in civilian clothes kept telling me to in a lower voice, to give the immigration officer $200 and he would let me board. I told them to either deport me to the US or I'll make a scene and get the US embassy involved because he had already seized my passport. When they realized I wouldn't budge and was already making moves to call the US, he handed my passport to me. Not everyone would be so lucky. How could you want to hold me responsible for an egregious mistake caused by you? Why would you want to delay me or tell me to stay back in the country when you could easily start my deportation proceedings back to the US? It was evident that tactics was a norm, and I suspected that the immigration officer that committed the error did it on purpose, so I'll pay on one of their own for it on my way out. It's really sad what they've turned Nigeria into. It's become a hub of corruption and barbarism." Guys, this is not the first time that I'm actually hearing this particular experience whereby immigration has forgotten to stamp someone's visa on arrival, and consequently they have to sort of pay a fine or somewhat when they're leaving Nigeria, right? This is a very popular issue that I've heard. So it's really, I would say, if you have a visa, make sure before you leave on arrival that it's actually been stamped in once you land in Nigeria. I think that's probably like the way you can circumvent this issue, right? The second experience I will title, "Let me help with your luggage and settle customs for you." Peace Gift 20 left this comment. She said, "Oh yes, it was frightening. After a while, I left home. I was so happy to be back to my beloved country. Guess what? It was horrifying. Before I could pick up my bag, 2 guys already had it, like they were assigned to carry them. And when I hesitated, they were like, Madam, you have to settle us and customs people so you can get through the doors. I had no naira to settle nobody, but they insisted that I give each of them $60. What? I asked them if they know what it takes to make $60. I found myself standing in front of a female officer who threatened that they would have to open and search all my boxes if I don't settle them. I was terrified, not because I had anything illegal, but because I know these evil people have their way of making your life miserable. I insisted politely that I don't have any money, but then I remembered my husband was waiting outside. I told them my husband is outside and will settle them. Then the 2 guys with my luggages holding on to them, like it was theirs if I refused to settle them, followed me. Thank God my husband doesn't take nonsense. As soon as I saw him, I was like, please, can I have my bags? When they wanted to speak grammar, only one look from my hubby made them let go. And then they started their requests. Luckily for them, my husband gave them like 1,000 naira. They were so angry at me, but I was so happy that I had escaped the hands of these terrorists in the airport. When next I fly home, I am going through Abuja. My friend said it's way better than Lagos when it comes to bribe collection from airport workers. Whoa. This particular experience that she had, I've had it at the airport. The last time I was flying back, is it from Canada? I think I was flying back from Canada or so. And the guy had, I think I shared this in my video actually, my Lagos experience video, but I'll link that up there so you guys can check that out. When I was, picking up my luggage, I actually paid the luggage people to help me with my luggage and everything. And when we're leaving, the guy was like, oh, I should drop some money so that customs, you can settle customs. I was like, why? And he was like, oh, so they won't check your luggage. I said, no, I have time. They can check my luggage. They should check everything because I know I have no illegal things in my bag, so that was that. Number 3, I will title this experience category, the beggars. Immigration and baggage handlers took $300 off me. I have 2 experiences I'm going to share under this category. The first one, Samuel Sotunde shared this. He said, this is the very reason why most folks don't want to come home. On my flight back to the UK 2 weeks ago, it was just the same. Staff begging you for money. We are not idiots. We know when to tip, but it is infuriating when the demand is as if it is their entitlements. I remember some years ago, under Obasanjo's tenure, Channel 4 down here in the UK went undercover, exposing the corruption at MMA. The government acted swiftly, but it did not last. It was back to status quo within a year. I am not optimistic that things will change. So the second experience I'm going to share with you is this one. Jamise Adebisi shared this. My trip to Nigeria was October 15th through October 24th. I landed at the Lagos airport and used them on my return to the US. What she said is true, I think in reference to the African-American lady. The immigration officer requests money. The baggage handlers asked for money and would not give me back my bags, even as I was being escorted to the car park. I was out $300 in total, and I would have been terrified if I had come at night and had this experience. I would never want to travel alone again. I love Nigeria, but I will only return with my husband. This was too much. Guys, the begging is too much. Like begging, like at every point in time needs to just be done with. Like it's overbearing, it's tiring, it's exhausting. If you've had a similar experience, like let me know in the comment section. The number 4 worst case of extortion, I will title, pay 40,000 naira to enter this airport. Ephraim Adem shared this. Sassy Funke, I saw this video yesterday on Instagram. I believe the video of an African-American lady, and I agree with everything she said. When I came back from the UK in 2019, I had the same issue with bribery at the airport. The officials said they wouldn't check my bags if I paid them money, even though I had no illegal substance in my luggage. And they insisted that they won't let me pass, even after checking my luggage. Now, wow. This month, I went to drop my cousin at the airport, and airport officials said I am not allowed to enter the airport until I paid 40,000 naira. Ha! I was confused. I had to act like I was a passenger just to say goodbye to my loved ones. Guys, to enter, I think this is another story or experience shared by so many people that they were asking for ridiculous bribes for you to enter the airport with, your family member that you were seeing off. 40,000 naira. Like, don't these people serve a God? Don't they believe in something higher than themselves to try and to even call out 40,000 naira to let someone into the airport? As in, like, can you go to heaven at this rate? Wow. Number 5, the worst experience shared on extortion at Lagos airport, I will title, Pay Me to Help You Flush the Toilets. George Ogbonna shared this. They even follow you to the toilet, try to give you water as if the toilet system has no water. They want to help you even flush your shit. Like 6 guys followed me to the restroom at the airport this March. I got mad at them and caused a stir. I disgraced all of them. Guys, this particular one I have heard a lot on. Like, this experience has been recurrent in so many other people's experience that when you want to use the toilet facilities at Lagos International Airport, they're begging you at every corner. Begging you. The toilet attendants are begging you, as in they can beg for Jesus, Yes. Tessie Yama shared this, I think, on social media. She said, I paid $500 for using a worker's pen to fill my yellow card. I paid to pee. Paid every officer that checked my details. It was very exhausting. The shocking one was the lady that searched me before boarding. She felt money in my pocket and said, make I hold this one now. You no go need naira for the country where they go. I was weak. It felt like robbery. Yes, sister, that's like daytime robbery. You don't even know what's going on, but it's happening, and people are around you too. The number 6 and the final worst, I think, category of extortion bribery at Lagos International Airport, I will title, We Will Make You Miss Your Flight. This is a long experience, but it's worth following through and listening to. Bukola Applegate shared this. Let me take you back to 2014. My white British husband and his parents arrived at Lagos Airport for a wedding. I was waiting outside with my brother at the time. And at the time, you can look through from the outside. All I can see was my husband and his mom looking so confused and stressed, and my father-in-law going up and down trying to make sense of what was going on and why they were being delayed while trying to claim their luggage. My husband realized what was going on, that the immigration guy wanted money off them before allowing them to collect their luggage. My husband, in the end, went ahead to change some money and tip the guy before letting them go through. While watching on, I was frustrated and ashamed of my so-called country. All I could hear my brother mumbling was, Naija why, Naija why? Giving people we never enter African country a bad representation of who we are. Fast forward 3 weeks after they were returning to the UK. The lady wouldn't attend to us. She was just pushing us aside intentionally, then attending to other people during check-in. She kept asking, what's in your bag? Then stupidly asking my husband why my husband had African attires in his bag. So I responded, saying, those are the clothes for our wedding. Then she said, Madam, I want to talk to you, which I replied, well, he's my husband and he doesn't understand what you're saying. Unknowingly to me, She has signaled another officer to come to go through my husband's bag to make sure there is nothing there. At this point, my patience was running out, thinking he's got one bag, and since when is it a crime to be scrutinized for returning back to your own country? The officers could sense my anger, by this point, checking is almost over. The officer lady came over and looked me in the eye and said, Madam, you know what you're supposed to do. If you know do, your oga, your oga and im parent go miss them flights. My poor husband asked me what was going on, which I interpreted. Then my father-in-law heard me and he said, Becky, give them some money and let us go. It is not worth it. This lady has deliberately held us up for an hour. I'm sure she will make us miss our flight. I was sad and ashamed at the same time. So I discreetly gave her 2,000 naira, which she claimed is not enough. And I kid you not, this officer lady and her corrupted crew didn't let my people through until I added the money up to 10,000 naira. This was 7 years ago, my people, and it's still the same. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, like I keep sharing these stories because I don't want us to revert back and accept the status quo for what it is, right? I also shared this so that you can actually recognize, right, once you go through the airport, potential ways, you know, they can try to extort money from you. So you sort of like, your brain signals like, oh, Sassy Funke shared that information with you, right? I really hope this video has been super useful. Honestly, I believe that with consistent, like if we persist, if we keep sharing our stories, you know, things happen to you online, happen to you at the airport, share it online, like hashtag stop Lagos airport extortion. I'll put the hashtag there. Just tag it on social media. I'll make sure to repost it. I'll get the team on Travel Tonight to also repost it because enough is enough, right? I really hope this video was super useful. If it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. I love engaging with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.